Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King. My co-host Tabitha was not able to be with us today. She's teaching a new class out at the fitness center, but she'll be back with us next week, I'm sure. Thanks for joining us today. Each week we come into our studio here and bring guests in, different organizations and different individuals, to talk about what's going on around our viewing area and things that we think are important to you and for you to know. And many times we actually get information here that we don't know about, so it's good for us as well. We're going to take a quick break, be back in a moment, and talk with a young lady about a program here in Harrison that's very important for children.
Arkansas Orthopedics and Sports Medicine now offers you 2 orthopedic surgeons, both trained in all the latest surgical techniques. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler specialize in all forms of orthopedic problems and injuries, from torn rotator cuffs to joint replacement, even sprains or broken bones. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler will see you quickly and with the highest standard of efficiency. The entire staff of Arkansas Orthopedics works to keep you moving. Call today for an appointment. Call Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler in Harrison at 741-8289.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the studio today is Tammy Weathers. Thank you so much, Tammy, for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We're going to talk about something a little different. Christmas in July. You don't think about Christmas in July, but this is something, I guess, you was telling me before the show, this is the second year for this. Is that correct?
It is, yes.
Tammy, did you come up with this idea? Is this something that you came up with?
I did.
Great.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about it, and then I've got some questions that we'll talk about specifics on this thing.
Okay. Yes, Boone County Christmas Pack Party was founded last year. Our mission is to help restore the joy of Christmas morning to children who otherwise might not have that. There are a lot of programs out there who endeavor to help, and all very admirable programs. It was just really on my heart last year that there still may be a need on Christmas morning. Mm-hmm. You know, the missing stocking, the missing visit from St. Nick, and you know, not just gifts, but we include some paper and some bows and what it takes for a family to create a Christmas morning special magic for their children.
The people that will receive this, we'll talk about that and then we'll talk about the function. Mm-hmm. Who do you work with? Who do you get the list of these families from?
We don't receive lists. We don't ask for lists. What we do is we receive referrals from other agencies locally who provide the weekend backpack programs and summer programs. So these families have already been pre-qualified, and so if they can't afford food on the weekends and through the summer, they certainly can't afford the little extras like Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's true. And most of these families out there that are on the school lunch program, if you will, are obviously identified as people in need and that we need to help, and I'm sure most of those would be on your list, so to speak, of families that need additional help, that don't have the cash to go buy the children something for the holiday.
What we do is we provide those agencies with invitation cards. Mm-hmm. They include the invitation cards in a backpack. Okay. And then the families of their own volition give us a call and register their children. So we're not receiving any, confidential information or what have you. The invitations go out to those recipients, and then they act on the invitation.
I'm assuming that you're the main volunteer in this whole thing.
It's my brainchild. It's it is. It's my love for humanity, and my love for children, just a desire to help alleviate the stresses for the families and
Sure.
bring back the magic for the children.
Do you need? Do you need more volunteers?
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
yeah,
people to
absolutely.
help you?
Yeah, we absolutely need volunteers, and we really depend heavily on the business community to help with this. In fact, it's primarily the business community that supported us last year. And we have our kickoff fundraising event, Christmas in July, and it's area businesses that are coming together to make that event a success.
Now, so if a business out there wanted to donate items for you, kids types items, would they do that? Would they contact you, I guess, and let you know that? And I guess you probably let them know kind of the type of item. Are you basically going with toys, or you go clothing, or a little bit of everything, or?
We are, kids don't need a lot. That to be surprised by just a few small items is a lot for most kids. They don't need the new bike or the motor scooter or the new Calvin Klein jeans or whatever it is kids are wearing these days. I'm a little old school, but anyway, they don't need a lot of that. And what we really try to do to keep things, I guess, to spread our dollars further, is we bulk shop, we wisely shop. We do take donations of gifts and those sorts of things, but primarily the most help comes when we can pool funds and bulk shop.
Okay.
So that helps.
So money
us
is
best.
actually
it
the
is
best,
yeah.
because that way you can shop for specific things that you feel
exactly, because we get we can't anticipate whether we'll have so many 4-year-olds or so many 11-year-olds. So once we have those kids registered, then we know what we need, and we don't know before then what we need.
I see. Okay. So if someone's out there and would like to help out, then really a cash donation would be the best way to go.
It is the easiest to work with.
Well, let's talk about the event itself. Christmas in July, and
Yes.
It's going to be on July 25th. It shows here on your card, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. And you're doing it down at Minnie Harris Park.
We are.
Okay.
We have Minnie Harris Park all the way from the stage to the other side between the play equipment and the lake.
Sure.
And we started with just a smaller area, but we've had so many willing businesses to come on board, and it's just going to be a really exciting event.
Have you approached any of the local organizations like the Kiwanis or Rotary or Lions? A lot of times those organizations are kind of looking for a good, worthwhile event such as this to make a donation to. I'm sure you have approached some of them.
We are in the process of approaching all of the local organizations, businesses, clubs, what have you. The way that Christmas in July is set up is so that local businesses, clubs, organizations can come out, set up a booth,
Okay.
Publicize your own cause, market yourself however you choose, but in doing also include a game or some other feature in your booth, and we'll be selling tickets, and they'll collect tickets for those games and what have you. And so we're getting a lot of participation. The community's really coming together, the business community participating. They're going to get to come out there and connect with the community for a good cause.
Okay. You show on your card here, it says going to have games, music, food. I guess you could have craft vendors, perhaps?
Yes, we are going to have craft vendors. The music, we had SRM Productions is going to come out and do the music and entertainment for us. We'll have such games as, the old-fashioned three-legged race, cake eating contests, snowball throws, ring tosses. We're going to have a giant inflatable obstacle course, so that'll be a lot of fun. And we're also doing a car and bike show, so that's another attraction at the event.
I saw your brochure here.
Yeah,
you're going to have Top 25 car and bike show, 5 classes, vintage and classic, and then of course you got your bikes and 3-wheel trikes, muscle cars, and so forth. So this is always good. A lot of people like to come and just walk around and look at classic cars and motorcycles and so forth. So that'll be a part of it. That'll be a good draw for you as well.
Yeah, it will. And it's not, we added a class called Yard Rats, so it's not just for the real spiffy classic cars. If you have a vehicle you think is an oldie but goodie and can still drive it over to the park, we have a class for you.
That's great. That'll be a lot of fun. If you want to, if somebody wanted to set up a booth, do they need to register with you
They do
ahead of
register
time?
with us.
Okay.
Yeah, they register with us. They let us know what kind of booth they're going to have,
Okay.
what their game or feature is going to be that's going to help support the pack, and yeah, we'll get them set up. The booth is absolutely no charge,
Right, okay.
other than you sponsor the game fully yourself. So
Okay.
you come up with the game and you sponsor all of the prizes and what have you.
So you really want it to be a fun event, obviously, not necessarily just for people to set up their business booth down there and stand there. You want to have some excitement going on in each booth, so they would be required to do something, obviously.
Yes, they are required to do something that will not only benefit the pack, but we want this to be a fun community event. We want this to turn into, our hope is, an annual event that the community looks forward to, a time to come out and, fun for the whole family, good music, and just a great day.
So you really, the event is, you're calling this the Boone County Pack Party. Is that the organization itself?
It is where we started last year. We've kind of condensed it down to the pack.
Okay.
And we hope to be our own 501(c) by end of year. But currently we are partnered with the Fraternal Order of Police.
Oh, okay, good.
So all of the funds actually funnel through that. That way, when you do donate,
You can make a check out through them,
you
and then
can, and it's tax deductible.
That makes it nice. That makes
yeah.
it nice. I don't want to get into all the. We don't have time for all the sponsors, but I do notice that you've got several different sponsors, some banks, different. Even the CVB, I guess, is going to be involved. The churches, I guess you have Harrison First Assembly. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
And some of these organizations and some of these people like that will, I'm sure, as they get to know what you're doing, will help join in with you that have a similar cause that you have, which would be nice to have some joint
Some
participation.
cohesiveness, yes.
Because you're doing some of the same thing that some of the other organizations trying to do for the needy.
Right.
In our viewing area,
Right.
in our place here. Did I miss anything, Tammy? Did we cover everything pretty well? Again, the main thing is if you happen to be a business out there, or organization, you'd like to be involved in the Christmas in July event, which is July 25th, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. It'd be at Minnie Harris Park. They're going to have all that whole side over there. Contact Tammy. Tammy, what's the phone number they could contact you? That'd be best to contact you at.
Absolutely. You can always reach me at Gecko, 741-5470.
Okay.
Gecko Graphics on East Stevenson. You can come on by, fill out the card,
Very
learn
good.
more about it, what
That'd
have
be
you.
easy to get to you, right?
It would be easy to get to me right there, and also you can get me on my cell phone, 688-0372, if you can't get me at Gecko, but I'm pretty much always there.
You're always there.
I'm
Like
always
most
there.
of the small business,
That's
you
right.
work a lot. Tammy, thank you for your efforts in this. This is sound like a wonderful thing to do for the families in our area that need some help. And Christmas is very important to the kids. And hats off to you.
Thank
for,
you
for
very
getting
much.
this started. And thanks for being on our show today.
Thank you for
We
having me.
appreciate it, and we'll try to help push this program for you and get the word out there for
I
you.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much. Don't forget about Christmas in July, coming up on July 25th, 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. Great time. More importantly, they need your funds, so help out if you can. You'll help a needy child at Christmas put a smile on their face. Stay with us. Be back in a moment with the second half of our show.
Hi, this is Jim Fitzgerald of Community First Bank, and we have a variety of home loan options that are sure to fit your financial needs. From 100% financing rural development loans to VA loans for veterans to FHA loans with low down payment options, your locally owned hometown bank has the right home loan for you. Community First Bank, where it's all about community. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Start spinning, twisting, and pumping into a healthy lifestyle 24 hours a day at the Fitness Club. With all of the best equipment and personal trainers, you're ensured a workout that's fun, effective, and motivating. At the Fitness Club, you can enhance your glow, relax your mind, and refresh your body all in one convenient location. So what are you waiting for? Start spinning, twisting, and pumping your way into a new you today. Enhance your lifestyle and reach your goals at the Fitness Club, Highway 6265 North in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television, Dennis King and co-host Tabitha could not be with us. She's out doing some exercise classes this morning, so hopefully everything's working. It's a new class that she just put on, but she should be back with us next week. Our next guest in the studio today is no stranger. If you've been around Harrison for a long time, she's been at NARMC for, we won't even talk about how many years. Marcia Carter, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.
You're welcome, Dennis.
How many years have you been at NARMC?
Just almost 29.
29. Mm-hmm. Going on 30.
You bet.
You look the same as you did when I first met you.
Oh, God love you. I'll pay you later.
Don't forget my Christmas card,
That's right.
okay?
There you go.
Thanks for coming in, Marcia,
You
today.
bet.
We appreciate it, and we do a lot of things with NARMC, and we're very appreciative of their business, and not only that, but their services to the community.
Thank you.
World's largest baby fair. This is not anything new. How long has it been going?
You know, I was thinking about that this morning.
Did I put you on the
think
spot?
26 years.
Long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, way before I moved back here. I know.
Really?
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Recently, probably in the last 12 or 15 years, we joined up with the Boone County Health Unit.
Okay.
We used to do it by ourselves,
Yes.
and they did one that was just for a little bit older kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we just joined together and
Made
provide services for anyone that's pregnant, all the way up to if your baby's 2 years of age or younger.
Okay, so that was good for the health unit and NARMC to do that jointly.
Yes.
Because you're both in the business of helping people
True.
in the health business, so
Sure.
that's great. You are having this now where, at the college?
We are. The world's largest baby fair is going to be held Saturday, July the 18th,
Okay.
and it's from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m., and it's going to be in the gym at
Okay,
the
Pioneer
college.
Pavilion,
Yeah,
okay.
it's North Ark Pioneer Pavilion, and it's not the outdoor pavilion. We turned the air down real cool for these ladies, and it is indoors in the gym.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you always have, I know in the past I've been out there before and talked to you about it. You have different vendors that set up out there.
We do.
Give us a little example of some of the types of vendors
Okay.
that
All
you
right.
would have.
We have just a whole plethora of vendors. The Boone County Health Unit, of course, is there.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, most interesting is the information on the vaccinations.
Oh,
you know,
sure.
what ages your
Yes.
children get what vaccines and where they can go to get them and all of that. Measles shot, smallpox, you know, all of that. Also, we have anything from weight loss to cloth diapers. Our own physicians will be there who are delivering babies. You know, Dr. McCall, Dr. Powell, who's also, she doesn't deliver, but she sees children.
Okay.
And then Dr. Holloman and some other physicians will be there as well.
And do they kind of talk about things that you may experience when you have a young child and tips on how to take care of your baby and
They do.
that kind of thing?
Yeah, and they
so
have
do they do that
handouts,
during the
too.
day? I mean, different times during the session itself?
They do it the whole time from 9 to 11. You just go by their table.
Okay.
You know, in years past, we had allotted times for speakers and gave them like 20 minutes
Right.
apiece, but people were just interested in the one-on-one more. Our
I would
surveys
think so,
kind of
yeah.
revealed that, and even pregnancy tips. You can get those if you're
Okay.
if you haven't delivered yet. Just go ahead and come on out. It'll help you when you do deliver,
Sure,
and then
sure.
if you're almost full term, it'll help, or if you just found out you're pregnant, it will help. And the best thing is it's totally free.
Totally free, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And really that type of expertise when you've got that set up in the booths where you can go from one to the other, and I'm sure they have brochures and so forth that
Yeah.
they hand out, and if you have specific questions, again with the physicians at many of the booths, you can ask them a specific question. Maybe you're not aware of what you should be doing, but I would think it is important as anything would actually be the health unit itself being there. I mean, there's so many vaccinations.
There are.
And when to do it. You know,
Yes.
and there's always a lot of question, Marcia, on the national news you hear, there's groups that say, they don't think you should inoculate for this, and some say you
Yes.
really should, and they can answer some of those questions, or
They
at least make you
can.
feel a little better about
They
what's
sure
going on.
can. With this whole measles thing recently, I
yes.
talked to a young mother last week, and not having given birth to any children myself, and it's difficult to me. I mean,
Sure.
I had a stepson, but he was 4 when he came into my life, so
Right.
those things weren't really something that I knew about. However, Tammy McCutcheon and the nurses at the health unit can answer any question that you have about all the vaccines, and are they harmful to my baby, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's something that it can be a little confusing sometimes because
I'm
you
sure.
you always have both sides of the story,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and some people, obviously everyone out there wants to do the best thing they possibly can for their child, their baby,
Yes.
or whatever. You're
Sure.
naturally going to do that. But then there's hesitation sometimes because of all the national media and all the you got some certain groups over here saying, well, here's why you shouldn't do it, and then you got the other in the medical side in most cases is always saying, here's why you should do it,
Yes.
and here's the pluses, and there may be a negative here or there, but
Yes.
certainly the plus overwhelms the negatives.
Sure.
And that's important
It
for them
is
out there. And
very important, Dennis. You're exactly right.
the let's see, what else we got? Okay, and it's one day. It's on a Saturday. And that date again. Give me that date again.
Okay,
I'm gonna write that on my sheet.
Saturday,
Uh-huh.
July the 18th, and it is from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. About 10:30, we will start giving away door prizes.
Oh, nice.
Every vendor that is there brings a door prize, and we have them kind of come across the stage and say a little bit about their business, and then they give away their prize. So when you come in the door, you'll get a ticket.
Okay.
And we want to really encourage the entire family to come, Dennis. Dads sometimes get left out, and we have some wonderful door prizes just for Dad. I know just the other day I was talking to Debbie Tennyson at Tennyson Auto Sales, and she said they have a carbon monoxide detector that they donate every year, and it's for a dad.
Well,
Dad
there you
puts it
go.
in, Dad puts the batteries in, Dad protects the family.
So it's not just for ladies.
It's not. And
Okay.
grandmas and grandpas, we want them to come as well. Even though mom and dad are the only ones that can win the prize, you can carry the baby, you can carry the educational information,
Sure.
you can help mom as she and dad are going through this experience, and it's just really a family affair, which is nice. And also Ace Hardware, they always donate something that's for dad.
Well,
So
good.
we have both, and then we have a lot of food certificates, McDonald's and Dairy Queen and just various places. Neighbor's Mill, always real good to give us a meal
Things
for mom
that
and
people
dad.
can use
Yeah.
from around the area,
Yes.
obviously. Yeah, I think you told me maybe the last time you came on, I asked you this. Now, you used to do this, but it got to be kind of a problem. You don't do refreshments anymore, do you?
We do not. We do have water.
Oh, you do?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
But just water.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
some of the vendors will have like cheese and crackers or peanut butter and
Okay.
crackers, that sort
All
of
right.
thing. But since it's just 2 hours and it's,
Yeah.
after breakfast and before lunch, yeah.
And it got to be a
we-
little bit of a problem in
It
the
could.
cleanup
It
part
could,
of it. Of
yeah.
course, they got a new floor at the gym now.
They
They probably don't want
do.
you spilling stuff on that new floor.
They might not, but the problem was we had it at the Durand Center, and thank goodness we outgrew that area, which
Mm-hmm. Yes.
is so nice.
Yes.
But really, you have problems too with some moms are diabetic, and
Yes.
some of them only have high blood sugar when they're pregnant. So you need both kinds of food, not just
Yeah.
sweets,
Yeah.
but fruit or cheese.
It
or
is
something.
hard, and I know when you bring children that they already have siblings and they bring them with them.
Yes.
When you start, they drop stuff and they can't help it. That's just the way kids
Sure.
are. Not that adults doesn't drop things also. But
If they drop a
but
banana, it
that
can be hazardous.
I think that's kind of what you said. They kind of got to where they had a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Bottled water. Hey,
Yep.
you wipe it up easy.
We'll
It's not-
have that. No
not,
problem.
Not a problem. Anything else at the event? And then I want to talk about something. Did we miss anything?
I don't think we
Pretty
did.
well covered. You
I-
have the vendors. Have you already got all the vendors that you would normally need? Have they already signed up? Is everybody
A
signed up?
lot of them have, but we welcome
Okay.
more.
So
We
if
certainly
somebody
have
saw
room.
the show and they said, and they can call you
They
and tell you
can.
what they what they have to
Sure.
offer, and then you could approve or disapprove. And
You bet.
Get them
I
set
don't
up.
think we've ever disapproved anyone.
Well, I wouldn't
And
think so,
One of
really.
the coolest things that we had last year was a cloth diaper, and that was a lady who she didn't sell them. She didn't stand to gain anything by being there, but just the experience that she had as a mother with them. And I guess that's like the latest greatest thing is to use cloth diapers
Well,
again.
it's made a complete circle.
It has.
It went
has.
from the. I'll use the word Pampers because there's a lot of different brands. But,
Yeah.
But they went from the cloth to the non-cloth, the disposable kind. Now, because of the ecology thing, and they say those Pampers takes years to disintegrate
In
out
the
in a
landfill.
landfill somewhere.
Yes.
So everybody's kind of going green. So
Yeah.
they're going back to cloth
Yeah.
again. And
That's neat.
when I had 2 kids, I remember the cloth ones were in, and the smell got a little terrible. Had that container where you put those in, and you had to do the diapers.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
one of my first real experiences with doing laundry. Was learning how to do diapers. Never did get it down real good, but I'm not sure I really wanted to. But nevertheless,
There you go.
But I could fold them pretty good. It was doing them the kind of guy.
Well, that's an art too.
It is
folding
folded,
them.
yeah.
Yes,
But
it
it's amazing that has made a complete
It
circle
has.
back, and I've been seeing some national media on even the young people there have gone back to using.
They are really
the
neat.
cotton diapers,
Yeah.
and different fabrics.
Yeah,
and so
they're
forth.
already folded,
Yeah.
and they have really cool little rubber panties that go on them,
Yeah.
and it's pretty neat.
Whole different deal. That's good. We got 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let's talk about the screenings. You do a
Okay.
great job. Of course, NARMC and Claude Parrish Radiation Therapy Institute always partner up on a lot of these screenings. Well, you've got one coming up. I noticed you just sent me
We
a notice
do.
on.
We sure do. We have the skin cancer screening coming up this Thursday, and it's going to be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Dr. Lance Henry with Advanced Dermatology out of Springdale, Fayetteville, Bentonville area. Now they have an office in Harrison. Is going to be coming over with his helpers, and we will see anyone that wants to come for a spot check. It's not a full body screening. I mean, if you have 5, 6, 7, 10 spots, that's fine. Just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea that
you
you're
kind
going
of
to
tell them you think I've got a spot.
do.
Could you look at this or
Yes.
on my head or whatever?
Yes, or I've noticed this place on my arm is
Right.
changing, and
Yeah.
and they'll just peace of mind, is
Right.
worth a lot. It is totally free. You can call today until 4:00 or any day this week, 8 to 4, 870-414-4300 to make your appointment for that screening. And like I said, it's from 3 to 5 on Thursday, 870-414-4300.
Well, that's another great service.
It
that you guys do.
is, and
It
it's
really
so
is.
good for the community. We just completed the colorectal screening.
Yes.
We also provide the prostate screening, the breast screening, and the cervical screening.
Throughout the year. These
we
are
do.
all kind of, and
Yes.
you do a great job of getting the word out to the public, and then a lot of people look for it because you usually
do.
have them about the same time
We
every
do.
year.
We
So
try
that's
to.
good. That's
Yes.
good. But that's a great service.
Thank you.
I wanted to mention that because
Oh, I appreciate that. And our
yeah.
physicians and our volunteers, give of their time to do those screenings. And if they didn't, we couldn't afford
No,
to do
no.
it. And
It's
we
great.
really appreciate them. Student nurses from the college
Yes.
help us out too, and we just appreciate it. They are all totally free except the prostate. If you get your blood drawn to check your PSA, it's $10.
yeah.
And on the Pap smears, the cervical screening, it costs $15 because we have to send that away
Right.
to get
But
it.
other than that, it's always free.
It
Yeah.
is.
Great
Yep.
service
Thank
that you
you.
do, Marcia. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in today. It's good to see you. You look
You
great
too.
as always. And
Thank you, Dennis.
29 years at NARMC. Getting ready to be 30. We're going to have her back before she's hitting 30
I
years
hope.
at NARMC. But we appreciate it. Don't forget about the world's largest baby fair coming up. It will be Saturday, July 18th from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. It'll be at Pioneer Pavilion. It's free to everyone. If you've got a small child or expecting one, it'll be a great place to go. Information of all types, and they'll have door prizes too. Marcia, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and we appreciate it. Come back and see us soon.
Okay, Dennis.
Thanks for joining us on Connect.